Here we go. Good morning. We love seeing our audience come in. Michelle here from Atlantic Canada Cooks. And we are so happy that you're hanging out in our kitchen today. And one of the biggest reasons why is it is maple syrup season here in Canada. And yesterday was National Maple Syrup Day. It's the third Saturday in March. So we are going to be celebrating all the amazing maple producers. I want to say hi, the hard work that goes into this. And we're going to share a video, not on the show today, but afterwards. Thanks, Mom. Afterwards, you can just see a little bit of how it's produced. But right now, the snow is finally going away here. And what's happening is those trees that were really frozen are unfreezing, and then that sap is coming out. And if you've ever looked it up, you'll see buckets that we place on trees, and it's collected. But what's really cool is those trees are at least 75 years old that we are tapping. We've got a big sugar maple in our backyard, but we don't tap the maple out of that one because we just go support our local suppliers. And maple gets made in a lot of different ways. So Mom and I have 4 recipes that we're going to feature today. And I know maple's not available everywhere in the world, but I have. Actually, one of my friends in Morocco recently showed me maple at the Carrefour. So for all my Moroccan friends, check it out. But honey is an also great substitute for these recipes that we're going to make today. So we love using this sweet in this savory method, and we're going to use it with some vegetables and some protein. But, and look, we've got so we do have a test pancake. So we're going to do some pancakes up today, which is probably the most traditional way, pouring the maple syrup on top of those pancakes. But we're going to make some pancakes with some blueberries today. And we've also got some wonderful carrots here that we've got done up. And what you don't necessarily see is there's an orange. So we're going to do some carrots with some maple. And we've got some sweet potatoes here. I joked, I said, I think I have an orange theme going today. So we've got some sweet potatoes, and we're going to bake those and have that amazing flavor as well. So, and then the last but not least is going to be our chicken wings. So we're going to get the chicken wings seasoned and started here in a second. But I am going to start, we're going to get that back burner on, Mom. And with a little bit of olive oil in it. And this is a unique method when we're cooking the carrots. So you could do this recipe in the oven if you would like. But what we're going to do is Mom's getting her, what's that?
Going in the olive oil.
There we go. Perfect. So we're going to get some olive oil in the pan, and I'm going to give Mom the carrots. And what we've done is they're just cut up into thin slices, so they're going to cook nice and even, right? That's one of the things that we always remind you here on Atlantic Canada Cooks is making sure when you're baking or frying vegetables that you get them cut to an even size, and then they're going to cook evenly. So I'm going to give her these, and we're going to put them in that hot frying pan, and we're just going to get them started cooking. And we're going to add a little bit of salt and pepper. And then the other thing we're going to do, Michelle's favorite herb, right? Thyme. And that's Thyme. I love this herb for cooking, and especially with vegetables. The other thing that's great about it is it really is a strong herb. It stands up to cooking. So I am going to take the time. I'm going to take the time.
Take the time off the bush.
So what I'm doing here is I'm just pulling it backwards across the sticks, and the thyme comes right off. Look, now I'm going to have thyme everywhere. It's just going to keep getting more funny. You can give the gift of time. We're wasting time. let's not waste any time ever, right? Always do good things. So, and because this herb is hardy, it can go right into the frying pan when the carrots are starting to cook. If I was using basil or cilantro, which are a softer herb, I would wait to put those in. But, so there we go. It's really funny because I do have thyme everywhere. And you can see it's probably the equivalent of a tablespoon of the fresh thyme. You can use dried thyme, but I will tell you, it will have a different flavor. Some herbs, once they're dried, the flavor becomes quite different on them. Thyme is one of those herbs. So if you can get the fresh, check out your local farmers markets, stores. It's usually quite easy to find. And I grow it in my backyard, so we're excited. And it comes back every year. So there we go. Mom, look at that.
Ooh.
Already smells great.
Yeah.
There we go. And if you could put a little salt and pepper. So she's going to get that going in that frying pan. Hear a little bit of a sizzle, those hitting.
Ooh.
A lot of sizzle.
Yeah.
So while Mom gets those in, I'm going to start to season our chicken wings. And because we're going to bake those in the oven today. So we've got some beautiful chicken wings here. And there's a lot of great local meat suppliers. So thanks to those guys. We're up at the Old Time Meat Market in Riverview. These are the full wing. So I know oftentimes the chicken wings, you've got the drumsticks separated. But we've got the full wing, which means a little bit more eating, which is always great. So we're going to get these seasoned. And I know I haven't put any maple in anything yet, but don't worry, it's coming. When you're cooking with maple or a nice sweetener, bless you, Mom, you want to make sure that you use it, if you're using the syrup, kind of at the end of the cooking process. So I'm getting some good salt and pepper across these. I'll put it back over here for Mom. Already look good. And in this, I've got some garlic powder that's going to go in here as well. So we're just going to get a good amount of garlic. Who doesn't love garlic? Across those. And this is an onion powder in here as well. Or onion flakes for these ones. All right, they both work. In here, this particular is a lemon pepper. So this is a pepper that has a little bit of lemon in it. And I like it because it gives that citrusy note. But or just some freeze-dried lemon, as you like. We're going to stir this up so we get that seasoning all around our wings. Actually, what I'm probably going to do is I'm flipping these and I'm just going to put some more seasoning on the other side. So I am going to put the maple, I'm going to go back around so we get good seasoning on both sides. This is a recipe that you could season the meat early in the day and then bake it later. And basically, you're sort of doing a dry rub or a marinade on it. Absolutely delicious. But we're going to cook these up this morning. A little bit more of that lemon pepper. Just going to borrow your salt. So those are looking good. Mom's getting those carrots just with a little bit of a, what am I going to say?
Tinge.
Yeah, a little bit of a fry and crisp them so she can get a little brown on the edges of the carrot. And once those get a little bit of color, which adds flavor, we're going to add some water to that pan. And we're probably going to add about a quarter of a cup of water, Mom. We're just going to get them right over. I think we need a little bit more color, but
I think so.
they already smell amazing. Oh, wow. Smell-o-vision soon. They smell great. are already naturally sweet too, right?
Yeah.
So when you remember that and you're making carrots, we're taking a sweet vegetable and we're going to add just a little bit more sweet. So we've got all of this seasoning in here, and I'm also going to add a little bit of smoked paprika to my wings. There we go. Nice. Can smell the smoky flavor. Regular paprika also works.
Smell that. Oh yeah, I smell the smoke.
Love that smoky flavor. So we're just gonna toss these one more time because we want to make sure that we get all the mix for all the bites on the wings. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put these across a pan. I want to say hi. We've got some great people here on our Zoom audience. We love it when people have a chance. They feel like you're in our kitchen with us. And to our YouTube audience, we really appreciate you coming in on Sundays, whether you're watching us live or you enjoy it a little later. Hope it's fun. All right. So we've got our pan here. Just gonna move that bowl out of the way. All right. And we've got some more maple. So in this application for the chicken wings, I'm going to use maple sugar. And what that is a dehydrated maple. But when you understand how maple is made, you'll really appreciate it. Because when the sap comes out of the tree, it's about 90% water. So then that needs to be boiled down very slowly through a few processes so that you get the syrup. And then, for those producers that produce a lot, then they dehydrate that syrup and come up with this beautiful maple sugar. And it's wonderful. Put this over here. Because you get the sweet, but it is natural. And that's what one of the things our body was meant to process that. So have a look at the wings. They already smell great, by the way. We've got all of that other wonderful seasoning on there. And you can use a mixed seasoning to do. I'm not using it today, but we love our friends at Baker Rub and Smoke. This is something you could also put on. And he actually already has some sugar in that. But similar spices went on today. Now, I have my wings. And these are going to go in the oven at about 375, 380 degrees because we want to cook them through, but we don't, and we want them a little crispy. We don't want to cook them too fast because we want to make sure that chicken is cooked perfect. So, set these over here. So this is Mountain Maples. I think I've got a few of theirs. Look at that, Haida Mountain Maples. We've got a couple of their products today. So here, and it's just like shaking on
Parmesan cheese.
Parmesan cheese. I am making sure I am getting a little bit of that maple on every wing. And if I was using syrup, it would just roll off and then it would be on the bottom of the pan and it would burn. So this is why using this dehydrated maple is great. And maybe you could use like a cane sugar or something like that. There we go. Oh yeah. A little extra, make that one for you, Mom.
I can taste them already.
Right? So we are gonna flip these wings halfway through the cooking process. And I'm gonna add a little bit more maple. So we're gonna put these right into the oven. And you can see, what I love is, hopefully you can see the cracked pepper. So you get that nice spiciness of the pepper, the garlic, the onion, and now it's topped with that beautiful maple sugar. So that's gonna get all caramelized in the oven. Thank you, Mom. Here we go. Let's check on those carrots.
Go ahead.
Yeah, they're looking good. Look at that, they smell even better. So because we cut the carrots thin, They're not gonna take a long time to cook, but what I'm gonna do, did you put a little water in already?
I did.
Okay. So, we'll probably put just a little bit more water, Mom. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this lid, and it's from one of my pots, but it fits really well in my frying pan, and we're just gonna put this on top of the carrots for about 5 minutes with a little bit more of the water because we want that to evaporate away. There we go. Turn them down a bit.
There you go.
And we'll set that timer for 5 minutes.
Okay.
We like timers here.
My job is done.
Because they keep you on time. When you're cooking multiple recipes, trust me, use your timers.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna be doing with the carrots, we're gonna let the water evaporate out, but then we're gonna be adding the maple at the end. And the same principle applies. We don't want the maple to be all gone. So we're gonna wait till the carrots are almost cooked, completely through, and we're gonna add that maple right at the end. So, I need a little bit, oh, there we go, some grapeseed oil. I was gonna start with my pancakes, but you know what? Let's get those potatoes in the oven. So we're gonna move over and look at our next recipe. And I love vegetables, and you're gonna see I have another beautiful pile of thyme here. And in this bowl, we've cut up some sweet potatoes. And kind of like the carrots, right? Sweet potatoes already have a nice sweet flavor to them, but they pair really well with honey or any extra wonderful seasonings that you want to sweeten them. So I'm going to take these and let's get our pan out over here. So this recipe is really easy because you're only cutting a few things and we're going to get them into the pan to roast. But I think you're going to find it nice and healthy. Some of those blueberries are here. So I'm going to get some olive oil first. We've got 2 bottles of olive oil on the go, right? What I'm going to do is I just want some olive oil across the bottom of the pan. We don't want those to stick. There we go. And I'm going to take the sweet potatoes that I've already cut up, and we're going to put those into the pan. And when you're making, oh, thanks, Mom. When you're making this recipe, I want the pan to be full like this, and I'm going to add a little bit of onion. So I've got 1 onion here, and I'm just going to rough chop the onion. We don't want the onion diced, right? So we want the onion to still be a fairly good size, like this. And then we're going to put the onion through the top. And I think I only need a half an onion for the amount of potato that I have. I am throwing onions everywhere.
She is.
One landed up here too. So the same thing for this recipe. We're going to put some fresh thyme into the recipe. A few sticks are going in. You can pick them out after.
We can pick them out
It's like a world's toothpick later, right?
many times.
There we go. And as I said earlier, thyme is a really strong herb. And when you bake it, it's not going to burn.
No, it's delicious.
It's delicious. I think basil's your top favorite,
Basil my top and then thyme.
and then thyme.
Yeah.
So I just find this herb too you can use in many recipes. It's great with meat.
Yeah.
Also, there we go.
Oh, smell good.
Right? And chicken on the carrots.
Yeah.
The carrots already smell delicious, and
Oh.
we haven't added that wonderful maple syrup in yet.
Just the salt and pepper and thyme.
All right. One more sprig. There we go. And like anything, we need a little salt and pepper. So we've got the sweet potato in there. We've got those onions and that fresh thyme. A little bit of olive oil on the bottom. And we're also with a little salt and pepper. It always heightens the flavor of food when you're adding your salt and pepper. Look, I'm looking for my maple syrup and it's right in front of me. So in this one, I am going to put a little bit of maple syrup across the top so I know. And then halfway through, we're going to stir this and we're going to add a little bit more maple. Because as we said earlier, that maple is going to get down onto the bottom of the pan, but we're going to stir this up so that it almost builds like a caramel inside with these sweet potatoes.
Look at that.
Ooh, the chicken wings smell good.
Well, you just burnt it. Was off. Was that for the carrots? The timer.
Oh, yes. Our carrot timer went off, Mom's reminding me. All right, Mom. Okay, I'm going to get Mom to bring the carrots over here. So the other thing you're going to see today is the recipes are really simple.
Watch it.
Because, thanks, Mom, we're letting the vegetables sort of be the hero in that. Oh, yeah.
They smell good.
They smell great already. And I'm just going to take a fork here. Yeah. See?
Oh, Bernie.
That was hotter than I thought, as I almost put that right in my mouth. They're hot. They're perfectly cooked because they're what we would say al dente. So there's a tiny bit of that crunch that's still in there. And they're cooked perfect, Mom. All the liquid's gone. So this is where we get to have a lot of fun. There we go. And I'm going to use the maple sugar again in this particular dish. The other side. To be honest with you, they'd be perfect just like that.
Yeah.
They don't need anything else.
Sweet will be good.
The sweet. Oh, Mom, come here. This is where we really want smell-o-vision. Smell that.
Oh, wow.
As soon as that maple, and you
Melts?
see
Oh, yeah.
where the sugar instantly melted for the heat,
Yeah.
but those are done.
Yeah.
Like that carrot dish is done as is and can be served just like this. So fast, delicious.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to taste one? Now that I've put the maple on it.
Oh, that is so good.
Right?
Mm-mm-mm.
Like candy.
Mm.
So we're going to just set these aside. I'm going to put the cover on those. And those are going to be great for us for lunch later today. So we're going to get...
Really good.
Oh, look at that. Extra good over here on Mom's side.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
not too sweet. Just enough.
I think that that's one of the great things about is that it's not as sweet.
No.
So we've got the rear burner on. Oven's ready to go. Let's do some pancakes. So here we go. So I think pancakes are one of those really global things. Like you see them in every culture around the world. We're going to make some small pancakes up today so that we can stack them high. So what I have here is, and often a lot of people know I eat gluten-free most of the time. So this is a gluten-free premix that already has the rising ingredients and stuff in it. I'm not making my batter from scratch, but so I've got 1 cup of flour in here, pancake flour specifically, and we're gonna add 1 egg that we've already beaten. Here you go, Mom. Thank you. And I have 1 cup, or there, 235 milliliters of milk. This is good. This one actually has the measuring on the side for me so I can remember. Right? And then we're going to get that mixed really well together. And depending on how thin or thick you want your pancakes, you can add more liquid.
She wears it well.
I'm going to be wearing it well. I'm gonna be wearing it well.
I always do. I wear my food
Right?
well on the outside.
If you make a thicker batter, then your pancake is gonna fluff up a little thicker. If you want thinner pancakes, just add a little bit more liquid to your batter. And it's really quite easy. And to be honest with you, very inexpensive to buy the pre-done mixes, which is great. So there, that's nice and smooth. And we're going to, I used this burner again.
See that?
There we go. So we're gonna use some oil, a good amount of oil. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna give Mom the batter, and she's gonna start getting a couple of these pancakes going. But what we love to do, because this is, you know, one of your favorites, so it became one of mine.
I don't put it in, I put it on.
Yeah. I'm gonna give Mom the blueberries as well. And once they're in the pan and they start cooking, she's gonna place them in just before we flip the pancake. So we're gonna add those beautiful blueberries. We produce maple here in New Brunswick. We're one of the, probably the third or fourth top maple producer. In addition to that, blueberries is something that we produce a lot around here. So it's pretty awesome.
Wild blueberries.
Wild blueberries, delicious, full of antioxidants. So we're all about that healthy food. So we're gonna get a couple over here. I'm gonna start that off, Mom. I'm gonna try to get a couple.
Okay.
So we're gonna make little ones.
Okay.
That makes it easier for you to flip. Right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking. Here we go. Whoa.
Bite size.
Well, the third one might be a bit bigger, but that's okay. We're gonna get that in there. In the key to making pancakes is a bit of patience, because they need to cook until you see all the little bubbles on top, and then before you flip them over. But we're gonna use our traditional maple syrup on those when we finish them off. So in Canada, we've managed to put maple in a lot of things, and we're very proud of that. It's great there. These are little tiny maple meringues. So I'm very excited. I'm bringing these with me on my upcoming trip to Morocco. But as you can see, they're beautiful little puffs. And they don't weigh anything. So this is nice and light. And I think that these are going to be wonderful to eat as a bite or place in a beautiful bowl of soup. Anything, but we've got some beautiful, thank you to Briggs Maples. We're gonna have a visit to Briggs Maples this afternoon. So really excited when I get to go down and take a drive down the 114 and visit all of those great places. Ooh, you got a straight blueberry over there, Mom.
Oh, well, that happens.
The other thing, and I'm just sourcing here, maple butter. So this is good friends of ours here, the Mullins brothers. So they've been producing since 1943. You will find many of the maple places are farms and families that have been passed down for generations. And as I said, after this, check out on our YouTube channel and our Facebook page, and we're going to be sharing a really great video about how maple's made. And it's not long, but it certainly gives you a much higher appreciation. Now, this maple butter is one of my favorite, because this just on a piece of toast is like heaven. And it's, or Massimon, any type. So we're going to show you that. Look at that beautiful consistency of the butter. Wow. So, and it spreads just like that butter across anything. I love giving this as a gift to people. And Michelle's gonna take a taste test, because she can. There are some days, I'm not gonna lie, I go to the fridge and I just eat a spoonful of it, right? Why not? So, wow. Oh, look at those, Mom. Can you get me an oven mitt, Mom?
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna check on our sweet potatoes because there's one other thing I'm gonna add to our sweet potatoes. We'll get that, get some safety here to make, thank you. Ooh, smells good. So it's already smelling amazing. These are gonna need a lot longer to cook. They probably aren't gonna be finished by the time. So what, we're done the episode, but what I'm adding here are some almonds. The skin's been taken off. And you could add whatever nuts that you like to this particular recipe. But what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna top this with a little bit more maple. I gave that a little stir. Gotta remember my pan's hot. There we go. Ooh, that smells amazing. So those are gonna take time because those potatoes need to cook through. There, now we've got all the nuts in there. Michelle's just gonna put a little bit more maple because she can. Well, the nice thing about the sugar is a little goes a long way, right? So we're gonna get these back in the oven. The chicken wings smell delicious. Showing everybody those in a few minutes. Whew. There we go. Ooh, look at that.
There you go. I didn't flip the big one over, but you can.
Mom's got our 3 micro pancakes here. As you can see, the beautiful blueberries here on one side. And then this is, you know, but let's make a nice a nice stack here. I like using little mini ones. So we're gonna get this done up. I've got blueberries everywhere, Mom. So this is another producer here, but you can also get your maple butter in smaller jars. But I want to show this one. Look at it. You can see the syrup at the top. Because the process of butter is just taking the syrup and churning it and churning it and churning it until it becomes butter. So after a while, you'll see that sometimes you'll get some of that syrup that'll separate on top. So, who doesn't like maple?
I just wanted to show you, this one has blueberries too.
Ah, exactly. Yeah, we've got blueberries everywhere. So, always the best, the pour. Okay. So you could even get quiet everywhere. But we're going to top this off, not just with our beautiful maple syrup, which of course is great. And I had to keep this in the refrigerator. But who doesn't like
Whipped cream.
right? There we go. And where's those beautiful blueberries, Mom?
Oh,
Can we use them all?
no,
Look at that. They're cold.
I know.
And we'll finish that off with a couple of those lovely blueberries. And there's your blueberry
Pancakes.
maple pancakes. And I gotta tell you, I'm hungry. This is gonna be one of the first things that Michelle eats, for sure.
If there's any left.
If there's any left. I think I'm gonna set it over here because it's not safe near her. And so the chicken wings are gonna come out in a few minutes, and we're gonna finish off our show with showing off our chicken wings. But one of the other great things that I use maple for is I'll use it a lot to sweeten my smoothies, putting it in any of those things. What's your favorite thing for maple?
Oh, it has to be pancakes, I guess.
Pancakes, all in, right?
All in with pancakes. Yeah.
I also, look at this, a fun basket here. So the other thing that we do, and we're going to be checking out down at the Holy Whale today, we have a lot of microbreweries here across Atlantic Canada, And we are making everything with maple in it. So there's even some maple beer and some other places. But I want to say congratulations to the Men's Progress Club, or the Progress Club, men and women in Moncton. They had a beautiful event last night called Canapé. And we had a chance to eat amazing food. And there was this beautiful maple squash soup.
Oh.
Another great one. So these are our local producers, but the Blue Roof, Sour Blast, kind of crazy. Look at this. And we've got a hazy pale ale called Bicycle here by Happy Brewery. And who else do we have in here? Oh, another Happy. Blackberry Sour. So thank you so much to all the producers, not just producing the maple, but the maple that we use for fusion food that then gets put into our other suppliers, and it's used in a lot of different ingredients. So I think we've got a little party in a basket for a little later that we can enjoy, Mom. So I think those carrots are done. We're going to get those into a bowl. Here, we're going to finish off our carrots. And our chicken wings are almost done. We just want to say, get a little bit more sweet and savory. And I often use maple to replace a few things. Here we go. Thanks, Mom. I can do that. All
Or
right.
you can use it.
Let's plate these carrots. See what we've got going on in here. Ooh. Look at that.
They look delicious.
They look delicious. They smell delicious. And there's just a little bit. Oh, look.
The juice.
The juice that is pretty much maple
Yeah.
in the bottom of that. So there's your maple and thyme carrots. Take time to put these in on your recipe any day. And let's get those chicken wings out because I know they're done.
Where's your mint?
My
over
other
there?
mint.
She loses.
Usually it's a salt shaker that I'm losing, right? Or the olive. Plate. Wow.
You want a plate?
Yeah, big plate. They smell amazing. Get these out. That's
Where's your?
right behind you.
Oh, yeah.
I need, there we go.
They look good.
Right? Oops. Don't touch that pan, it's hot. Wow. I can tell you, the smell is absolutely amazing. So there's the chicken wings. One of the last things that I would probably do with the chicken wings is use a dip or a sauce with them. And again, you're going to see many of these things. So it's easy to get like a maple barbecue sauce. But, and I know Erica's going to laugh. I've got this older bottle, but the Done Right barbecue sauce, unbelievable flavor on this. And I know Angela used a little bit of maple to sweeten it up. Dip those on your honey roasted chicken wings. And we know that the potatoes are going to be coming out after. Here's our pancakes. And Mom, we managed to get blueberries everywhere. Look at me. I have purple hands.
They do stink.
I have blueberries absolutely everywhere. So, and now the whipped cream. Should have taken that picture now. The whipped cream on the hot pancakes is dripping down. Are you ready to enjoy some maple with me?
I am.
Well, from our kitchen to yours, we know we're a little bit early this week. But as I said, please go over and check out the maple syrup video that we're going to be sharing. Just so you know, learn a little bit more of how it's made. Today, we're going to go out and we're going to see how it's made. But we're also going to enjoy where they'll pour it onto the snow. So if you see that in the pictures, and there's not much snow left.
No.
And we pour it onto some nice fresh snow and ice, and we roll it up, and it's just like a sucker. So we're going to be looking forward to doing some of those taste tests and exploring the Sugar Maple Camp this afternoon. Stay healthy, stay sweet, and we're going to look forward to seeing you next week And then the next few weeks after that, we'll be seeing you from Morocco. So we'll be looking forward. I'll be missing you.
Yeah.
But we'll be looking forward to having so many dishes here. Thank you so much, everybody. We'll see you next week on Atlantic Canada Cooks.
Take care.